Welcome. This presentation will provide an overview of proposed changes to the CTtransit bus system effective fall 2023. Proposed schedules for all routes are posted online at www.cttransit.com/fall 2023. Tell us what you think about the proposed service changes. We will be holding 3 in-person outreach events. Tuesday, August 29th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at downtown New Britain Station. Wednesday, August 30th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Meriden Transit Center on State Street. And Thursday, August 31st from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at downtown New Britain Station. You can also complete an online feedback form at www.cttransit.com/fall 2023. Comments and suggestions that are received by Friday, September 15, will be considered for inclusion in the final schedules. Routes and schedules will be finalized and become available in mid-October. New routes and schedules will become effective in November. The Connecticut Department of Transportation is currently working on a service initiative to expand bus service in various parts of the state. This presentation will deal with service expansion for the CTtransit system, which will occur in fall 2023. This expansion will be in the central part of the state in areas such as New Britain, Bristol, Southington, Meriden, and Waterbury, Naugatuck. Additional expansion of the CTtransit system, including new services in the Wallingford, New Haven, Orange, and Stamford areas, will become effective in spring 2024. Additional service expansion projects are underway in other parts of the state served by other transit systems. The fall 2023 service adjustments will include service expanded to operate every 60 minutes or less on all New Britain, Bristol, and Meriden local bus routes. Frequent service will be established between CT Fast Track downtown New Britain Station and CT Rail Berlin Railroad Station. A new local bus route will be introduced serving the town of Southington. Expanded service will be available on all Meriden local bus routes, including night and weekend service, and expanded service on the Waterbury Naugatuck route on weekdays. Let's take a look at the service adjustments for the New Britain area. First, let's take a look at the bus stops located in and around CT Fast Track downtown New Britain Station. CT Fast Track routes 101, 102, and 128 will continue to pick up and drop off at the CT Fast Track platform, bays A through L at the station. On Columbus Boulevard, the bus stops for routes 41, 501, 502, 503, 510, and HNB will be relocated to the north side of Columbus Boulevard. These bus stops will be redesignated as bays W, X, Y, and Z. The bus stops on the south side of Columbus Boulevard will be discontinued. This will enable customers to make easy transfers between all bus routes at New Britain Station without having to cross city streets. There are also plans to build an additional pedestrian path linking the station to Columbus Boulevard, which is expected to be completed in the next 2 years. Routes 505, 506, 507, and 509 will continue to pick up and drop off at the south platform of the station, bays M through Q. Routes 511, 512, and 513 will now pick up and drop off on the north platform at Bay T. Express bus service to Hartford will continue to depart from Bay R at the station, and express buses traveling to points west, including Cheshire, Southington, Waterbury, and Bristol, will continue to depart from Bay S. Now let's look at the service changes route by route for the New Britain area. Route 41, the Hartford New Britain via Newington Center route, will now depart from downtown Hartford at Main and Pearl in front of the Gold Building. This is the same bus stop that is currently serviced by routes 37 and 39, which also serve Hartford Hospital and New Britain Avenue. This change is being made to make it easier for customers traveling to these destinations to have access to all three routes at one location, and also to reduce crowding at the Central Row bus stop. In New Britain, Route 41 buses will continue to depart from Columbus Boulevard at Bay W. The schedule for Route 41 is going to be adjusted to better suit changes in ridership demand. AM and PM peak service will now operate every 30 minutes instead of every 20. Service will operate every 40 minutes during midday and on Saturdays. Night and Sunday service schedules will remain unchanged. Route 501, Arch Street, operates between downtown New Britain Station, the Hospital of Central Connecticut, and Meriden. Route 501 will now depart from Bay X on the north side of Columbus Boulevard, but the route will only operate between downtown New Britain and the Berlin City Line only. Service will be increased on Route 501 from once an hour to every 40 minutes, 7 days a week. Limited service, part-time, on weekdays only, will be provided to a portion of Chamberlain Highway, serving the CCARC facility. Service to Meriden Mall on Route 501 will be discontinued. Instead, customers traveling to Meriden Mall and Midstate Medical Center will be able to ride the new Route 511 from downtown New Britain to Meriden Transit Center, where a free transfer is available to Route 561, which will travel from Meriden Transit Center to Meriden Mall and Midstate Medical Center. Route 502, Black Rock Avenue, will depart from Bay Y at New Britain Station on Columbus Boulevard. Service on Route 502 is being increased to operate hourly at all times, including midday, at night, and on weekends. Route 502 buses will depart downtown New Britain at 30 minutes past each hour. Route 102 buses to Bristol will continue to depart at the top of the hour. This will provide customers traveling from New Britain to Bristol with a departure every 30 minutes throughout the day. Currently, Route 502 provides one-way service through Forestville and the eastern part of Bristol. Buses traveling toward Bristol operate through Forestville Center, and buses returning to New Britain operate via Pine Street. This route will be changed to provide better service to customers. Route 502 will now operate two-way service along East Main Street and Broad Street through Forestville Center. As a result, Route 102 will be rerouted from the Connecticut Highway 72 onto Pine Street, providing two-way service to Forestville Commons and Stop and Shop. Route 502 will also be extended southward on Emmett Street to serve various destinations in South Bristol, including Bristol Adult Education, ESPN, Lake Compounds, and Amazon. Buses will operate via Emmett Street, Toronto Road to Enterprise Drive, and then travel north on Middle Street and continue on to downtown Bristol. Service will be available 7 days a week in both directions to these locations. Now let's turn to the 503 Corbin Avenue route. Route 503 also will depart from Bay Y at downtown New Britain Station on Columbus Boulevard, and service will be expanded to operate hourly at all times, including at night. Route 503 currently operates along Hillhurst Avenue in the west end of New Britain. Due to operational difficulties during the winter months, and to provide customers with an opportunity to connect with the 505 Bird Street route, Route 503 will be extended along Corbin Avenue to Osgood Avenue and then to Slater Street. Route 505 Burritt Street will continue to depart from Bay M at downtown New Britain Station. Again, service will now operate hourly at all times, including at night. The route for the 505 will also be changed in the west end of Bristol. Service along Slater, Maplehurst, and Corbin will be discontinued, and buses will operate inbound from Stonegate Apartments via Osgood Avenue. This is the same routing that buses use during the winter months to avoid icy road conditions in the Maplehurst area. This will provide customers with faster, more direct, and more reliable service. Customers who currently ride Route 505 along Corbin Avenue or Slater Street will be able to access Route 503 instead. Now let's move on to Route 506, Farmington Avenue. Route 506 will continue to depart from Bay Inn at downtown New Britain Station. Service on this route will be increased to operate every 40 minutes during the AM and PM peak period in order to provide additional capacity and to provide customers with more reliable service. Route 506 buses will continue to operate hourly at all other times, including at night. No changes are being made to the bus route. The 507 Oak Street route, which departs from Bay P at New Britain Station, will also operate hourly at all times. No changes are being proposed on Route 507. Likewise, no changes are proposed to the route or the schedule for the 509 East Street route, which departs from Bay Q at downtown New Britain Station. On Route 510, the South Street route, buses will now depart from Bay Z on the north side of Columbus Boulevard. Service to John Downey Drive will be increased from 6 trips to 12 trips each day on weekdays only. No other changes to the bus route or schedule are being made at this time. Now let's talk about Route 512. Route 512, as many customers are already familiar, is a Y-shaped bus route that can be a little bit difficult to navigate from time to time. The route travels from downtown New Britain through Berlin and out to Cromwell. From there, buses travel up the Berlin Turnpike to DOT, then travel back down the Berlin Turnpike to Berlin before returning to New Britain. As a result, customers who need to travel to Cromwell or the Berlin Turnpike have a very long ride in at least one direction, which provides folks with less convenient service. We've decided to rethink this route and split the 512 route into 3 completely separate bus routes. The 511 route will operate between downtown New Britain and Meriden. The 512 route will operate between downtown New Britain and the Berlin Turnpike, and Route 513 will operate between downtown New Britain and the Walmart in Cromwell. Let's take a closer look at these bus routes. The 511 New Britain Meriden route is a new bus route, which will operate hourly service 7 days a week. Buses will depart from Bay T at the north platform at downtown New Britain Station at 20 minutes past each hour. Buses will travel the regular route down through Franklin Square to Berlin Railroad Station. At this point, buses will turn south on Worthington Ridge Road to the Berlin Turnpike. Part-time service will be provided to Spruce Brook Industrial Park in Berlin. Then the route will continue past Silver Lake and Golden Street Industrial Park to North Broad Street in Meriden. Next, Route 511 will proceed to the Meriden Railroad Station and the Meriden Transit Center, where connections are available with local bus service serving Meriden, New Haven, and Middletown, express bus service to Hartford, New Haven, and Waterbury, as well as CT Rail Hartford line service. Again, Route 511 will operate hourly service 7 days a week. The new and improved Route 512 to the Berlin Turnpike will also operate hourly service 7 days a week. Like the 511, buses will depart from Bay T at downtown New Britain Station at 40 minutes past each hour. Buses will travel through Franklin Square and South Main Street to Berlin Railroad Station and Webster Square. From here, buses will proceed directly to the Berlin Turnpike, serving all the same destinations that they serve today, and continuing to provide connections at Price Chopper Plaza to Hartford Division routes 45, 47, and 69. Customers will enjoy more frequent service and more direct service to the Berlin Turnpike in both directions. Next, we turn to Route 513, New Britain Cromwell. This also is a new bus route. This route will also operate hourly service 7 days a week, departing from Bay T at New Britain Station at the top of each hour. Buses will travel the same route as the 512 through Franklin Square and South Main Street to Berlin Railroad Station and Webster Square. From here, buses will proceed directly to the Cromwell Walmart, with part-time service provided on weekdays to FedEx and Norpaco Foods. Connections are available at Walmart with River Valley Transit Route 585, which serves downtown Middletown. Again, customers traveling to Cromwell will now benefit from more frequent service and faster service that is more direct in both directions. By splitting the 512 into 3 separate routes and staggering the departures of those routes from New Britain Station, the 3 routes will combine to provide frequent service between CT Fast Track downtown New Britain Station and CT Rail Berlin Railroad Station. Service between the 2 stations will now be available every 20 minutes, 7 days a week, from early morning until late night, providing customers with travel times of approximately 10 minutes in each direction. For frequent customers on the Hartford line who travel frequently and purchase a monthly train pass, consider purchasing a Train Plus bus ticket, which adds an unlimited local bus pass to your monthly train ticket for only $10 extra each month. For more information, visit www.hartfordline.com. Now let's move on and talk about bus service in the Southington and Bristol areas. Route 532 Queen Street is a new bus route being added that will provide local bus service for the first time in the town of Southington. Route 532 service will operate hourly, 7 days a week, and will have a timed transfer connection at Plainville Center with CT Fast Track Route 102 to and from Bristol, New Britain, and Hartford. What is a timed transfer? I'm glad you asked. Route 532 buses will pull into Plainville Center. While they are waiting for their next departure, a 102 bus will pass through Plainville Center traveling from Bristol to Hartford, and another 102 will pass through from Hartford traveling to Bristol. After both 102 buses pass by, the 532 will depart for the return trip to Southington. This will allow customers to make quick and easy transfers between the 2 routes with minimal waiting involved. Most connections will be able to take place in between 5 to 7 minutes. After departing Plainville Center, Route 532 will turn south on Route 10 and travel along East Street in Plainville into Southington. Buses will travel most of the length of Queen Street in Southington, serving destinations such as ShopRite Plaza, BJ's Wholesale Club, Pilgrim Furniture City, Price Chopper, Ocean State Job Lot, Stop and Shop, Walmart, and Home Depot. When buses arrive at Stop and Shop, they'll turn around to travel back north up Route 10 back into Plainville to reconnect at Plainville Center with the 102 bus. And if the 102 bus is running late, the 532 Queen Street will hang in there and wait for it, so there's no need to worry about any missed connections. The other local bus routes serving Bristol, the 541 Bristol Local, the 542 Bristol Hospital, and the 543 West Street, will not have any changes to their bus routes. However, like the other routes in New Britain, service will now operate hourly at all times of day, including at night. Now let's move on to the Meriden area service adjustments. Route 561, which we mentioned earlier, serves the Meriden Mall and Mid-State Medical Center. Service on this route will be expanded to operate from 6:30 a.m. to midnight on weekdays, 7:30 a.m. to midnight on Saturdays, and from 9:30 to 4:30 on Sundays. Service will operate every 30 to 60 minutes at all times. No changes are being proposed on the 561 route. The 563 Yale Acres, the 564 South Meriden, and the 565 West Main Street will also have expanded service from 6:30 to 11:30 on weekdays, 7:30 to 11:30 on Saturdays, and from 10 to 4 on Sundays. All three routes will operate hourly service at all times, including nights and weekends. No changes are proposed to either of these three bus routes. Finally, the 566 East Main Street route will also experience expanded service, 6:30 a.m. to midnight on weekdays, 7:30 to midnight on Saturdays, and 9:30 to 4 p.m. on Sundays. Service will operate every 60 minutes or less, with extra service provided during the weekday morning and afternoon peak to accommodate key work shifts in the Research Parkway area. No changes to the bus route itself will take place, only the schedule will change. Finally, let's talk about the service changes in the Waterbury and Naugatuck areas. Route 470 operates between Waterbury and downtown Naugatuck via Naugatuck Industrial Park. Service on this route currently operates on weekdays during rush hour only, but it will now be expanded to operate all day on weekdays, every hour from 6:30 a.m. until midnight. The bus route will also be extended to serve Naugatuck Railroad Station, providing an additional connection opportunity with Metro North's Waterbury branch. Weekend service will not operate on Route 470 at this time, but may be added at some point in the future, depending on how much ridership is developed by the expanded weekday service. In addition, a change will be made on the schedule for the Route 472 serving New Haven Road. Two trips which currently operate between Waterbury and New Haven Road by way of the 470 route will be dropped from the schedule. However, there will be alternate trips on the schedule to accommodate customers who are currently traveling on those trips by simply making a transfer at the Naugatuck Green. That concludes our presentation on the 2023 fall service changes which are proposed for the CTtransit system. Please take a moment to share this video with your friends and your fellow bus riders. You can link to the video on YouTube or check it out on our website at www.cttransit.com/fall2023. At that same webpage, you can check out the proposed schedules for all of these routes and take a moment to tell us what you think about the proposed changes. We really want to know, are these good things or are there things that you'd like to see improved in addition to these proposed improvements? You can tell us what you think at an in-person outreach event, which will be held at New Britain Station and Meriden Transit Center the week of August 29th through 31st, or by completing an online feedback form at cttransit.com/fall2023. And remember, all comments and suggestions that we receive before Friday, September 15th, will be considered for inclusion in the final schedules. We'll be developing those final schedules toward the end of September and posting them online during October. The new schedules will become effective November 5th, 2023. Thanks again for your time and for choosing CT Transit for your travel needs. Have a great day.